I couldn't do it. I couldn't wait until 3:30. I couldn't. I literally could not. Oh, I forgot to put my door stopper in. Hold on, guys. Can't have people interrupting me while I'm streaming. Can't have that. Nope. I didn't even close my door. Where's my door stopper? Where's my door stopper? Uh-oh. How long is this? Yeah, it's long enough. Well, it's definitely not over here. Where's my door stopper? Uh-oh. You'd think I would put my door stopper where I'd remember it, but unfortunately, apparently, I am the dumbest person on the planet. Well, we already established that due to my way of playing like Phoenix Wright games, which is, you know, using walkthroughs and whatnot. Where is this door stopper? Where is it? Uh-oh. I am just probably going to have to jam something underneath the door. Let's see. What's a good makeshift door stopper that I know for a fact I can pull out afterwards? There's gotta be one, right? There has to be. Nope. Alright, well, if anyone opens my door, if anyone attempts to open my door, I'm just gonna have to tell them not to open it all the way. More check just to be sure. Okay. But yeah, no, I couldn't wait. I couldn't. So, here's what we're gonna do instead. We're gonna play Apollo Justice for about 2.5 minutes, 2.5 hours. I will say. And depending on how long it is, we will continue on with it. But for now, I am very curious as to how this game continues. These games, man, they pull you in. Anyways, let's go to the action. And let's continue on where we left off. Now then, hopefully the game is still the same audio from yesterday. If not, then I don't know what to tell you. Let's start from the chapter. As long as we draw a breath, the wheel of fate turns. What? What the hell? How old is... What year is this? Spinning big crimes and little crimes together. And when the wheel stops... Oh, you die. Yeesh. June 15th, 9:12 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. Here we go. Alright, 2 months have passed since Mr. Gavin's arrest. My first trial, and I lost both my mentor and my job. Yeah, I'll admit it. I was screwed. But even when I hit bottom, I told myself I'd never come here. Honest. Here being the legendary Wright & Co. Law Offices. What in God's name happened here? Holy cow. Okay, Justice. Time to stop trembling. Ah, you must be here for the interview right this way, huh? Hello there! You've found the right place. Welcome. What's with this girl? What's with this girl? Well now, shall we begin? Begin? What? Right, first things first. Any special talents? Talents? Yes, well, you must have at least one. Well, I guess defending? Defending? An unusual talent, but it'll do. With a little jazzing up, of course. You think so? Let's give it a go, shall we? Huh? Go ahead, show me, defend. Just give it all you've got. Don't hold back now. What are you talking about? I can't just defend here. First lesson, a professional can perform anywhere. Thanks. You want people to be we want people to be laughing with us, not at us. Thanks. But I'm not sure why they should be laughing at all. What? What exactly do you think you came here to do? What? Defend, no? I see. We have one of these jokers with us. Excuse me, but do you know where you are? The Wright & Co. offices, right? Oh. I was afraid of that. Don't worry, you're not the first. Look, what's going on here? Who are you? I came here to meet with the person in charge. Well, you've apparently made no fewer than 2 mistakes. Mistakes? But I got a call from Mr. Wright this morning. Perhaps you should go read the sign out front again? What's there to read? Look, it says right there. Oh. Why does it say Wright Talent Agency? Welcome to the Wright Talent Agency, where you've always come to the right place. I'm Trucy Wright, CEO. I'm a magician. Aren't you like 7? It all came flooding back. The trial of that girl. Hello, sir. Please pick a card. That's right. She's my daughter. Trucy. Right. Here, check out a flyer. My jaw's starting to hurt. Ow. My jaw's starting to hurt. So, what's your name? Apollo. Apollo Justice, attorney at law. Talk? Wright Talent Agency. So, is this really a talent agency? You bet. Daddy started it 7 years ago when he quit law. Of course, we only have 2 people signed up right now. 2 people? Does that include you? Trucy Wright, magician extraordinaire. I've done a lot of stage shows. Paid too. I'm a professional, you know. Right. Promise you'll come to one of my shows, okay? Let's see. Oh, and the other person our agency represents is Phoenix Wright. Pianist extraordinaire. Your dad, in other words. Didn't you say he couldn't play the piano? Our agency doesn't see that as a problem. Well, why? There are many magicians who can't do magic. At least you're optimistic, I'll give you that. Trucy Wright. So you're you're Phoenix Wright's daughter? That's right. After Daddy quit law 7 years ago, I promised I would keep him fed. So I'm kind of a sugar daddy, you get it? No. I'm in charge of this whole office, too. Pretty amazing for a young lass of 15, wouldn't you agree? I thought you were like 7. How old is Mr. Wright? Daddy? Oh, he's 33 this year. I'm sure there's a good explanation, I hope. Oh, I'm adopted. About Mr. Wright giving up law. It was because of that incident 7 years ago, wasn't it? Eh? You know about that? Not the details. I remember the news, though. It was a big deal. So I hear. I was too young to understand what was going on. I'll ask Daddy about it next time I get a chance. Daddy, right. That reminds me about Mr. Wright. He gave me a call this morning to come in. And Daddy's not here right now. He's in the hospital. The hospital? The hospital? Yeah, he's on strict bed rest until he gets better. What? Okay. Which hospital is Mr. Wright in? I'll pay him a visit. Oh, the Hickfield Clinic. It's quite close. Right, well, I'll be going now, and I'll give this showbiz gig some thought, okay? Wait, I'll go with you. Is this his room? Why? Why is there a bunch of CDs in his room? I'm already confused. So, this is Mr. Wright's hospital. Not you! You fucker! Get away from me! You creep! Hold up. not stand for this. People have to suffer with me. I was gonna let them off the hook, but no, not if this fricker's in this game. No, absolutely not. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna say suffer with me. Where is it? I always lose it. Where is it? Tanzanite. Copper content. Here it is. Suffer with me. This fucking guy. I can't believe this. Why is he in this game? Why do you still exist? You should be dead! How old are you? Fuck. Madlands. There's no thing here. Fuck. Perfect. Yep. Alright, that should do it. That should do it. That should just about do it. Alright. Fuck it. Fine. I'll play your game again, Mr. Potty. Visitors, are you? Yeah, are you the doctor? No, he's not the doctor. He's not the doctor. He's a fraud. He's a fucking fraud. Yep. Dr. Hickfield's the name. I was once Mr. Hottie. I was the director of the Hottie Clinic. Good morning, Doctor. Oh, hiya there, Trucy. Cute as ever. Get away. Get away. Bad. 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 Where's the spray bottle? Where's the spray bottle? Nurse, get the spray bottle! Nurse! Nurse is a bad man in this room. Is this Daddy's room? Oh, yes. If he's going for a morning checkup, be back soon. How are you, Miss Trucy? Got any places you'd like examined? Please. Back up! She's like 6. She's like 15. Back off! Away with you! Doctor, the nurse was looking for you. Why, if it isn't the daddy of the cutest little thing in town. Guess I'll be off then. Later, Trucy. Thank fuck he's gone. I hate that guy. I hate that guy so much. Wow, what an odd bird that guy was. You have no fucking idea. Good morning. Didn't expect you so soon, Apollo. Mr. Wright? We're gonna examine your room first. What the fuck is all of this? Mr. Wright's bed, it's really messy. Look how messy this is! You're just helpless without me, aren't you, Daddy? Yikes, she's attempting to clean up. Look out. You got me. What can I say? I was raised in a barn. Try not to let Ward get out, Paul, if you don't mind. Yeah, it might ruin your illustrious career pretending to play the piano. What you watching? What's that on TV? It looks like some sort of action hero show. Oh, I know that one. That's the Sniffling Samurai. Oh, no. His booger flick attack is a big hit with the school crowd. I had no idea you liked this kind of stuff, Mr. Wright. Well, what else is there to do when you're stuck in bed? Besides, the episodes will just keep piling up if I don't keep up, you know? Yeah, try not buying them. Now's the only time I get to watch and write up my reports. Your reports? It's a long story. Like a lot of things, actually. Okay. Cute piano you got here. This looks like a child's toy piano. Gotta practice. Wouldn't want my fingers to get stiff. Pro always keeps his weapon close to hand. Shall I play you a tune? No thanks. No thank you. Ah, how unfortunate. I so rarely get a chance to play. What's in your bag? Oh, I can't look in his bag. That's sad. What happened? So, what happened? Who could have imagined it? Me, victim of a hit and run. A hit and... You were hit by a car? Oh, he tried to swerve, I'll give him that. Picture me tossed 30 feet through the air, only stopping when my head hit the telephone pole. You hit a telephone pole with your head? Are you okay? Thankfully, my only injury was a sprained ankle. He really is as lucky as they say. About Trucy. There's something that, well, it just doesn't sit right. I just can't believe you have a daughter, Mr. Wright. And she's so big. Not fat, but you know what I mean. Oh, Trucy's still a child. Daddy, how many times do I have to remind you? I'm not a child anymore. But you'll always be Daddy's little baby girl to me, Trucy. My foot. I'm not buying it. Oh, something you should know about Trucy. She's a magician, right? She told me. Not a mere stage magician. She's a genius. Aw, Daddy. You'll soon come to appreciate her talent. You could just tell me things instead of insinuating them. You know, you could just tell me. You could just be upfront with me. You can always just not play this game of cat and mouse, Mr. Wright. Wright Talent Agency. So, why did you contact me? What could the Wright Talent Agency possibly want with me? I need to get prickly now. Hey, I didn't ask to be dragged in like this. Huh? But didn't you come into the office of your own free will anyway? Well, yeah, of course. Help! We're in big trouble here at the office. Big! I thought someone was dying. So you don't think this is big trouble? My talent agency represents only 2 people, and one of them is in the hospital. That's right, Daddy. How are we going to pay this month's rent? And the groceries? Yeah, that's the problem with such a tight operation. It's a symbiotic relationship. When one of us falls, the other 2 must fall. Hey, this isn't exactly a suitable conversation to be having with a 15-year-old kid. In any case, if Apollo here can't help you, you'll have to transfer to a new school again. No, I can't. I only just made friends. How could you do this to me? To us, Polly. Huh? What? Now it's my fault. On that note, how about you come work for us? I've got the perfect client for you already lined up. A client? You mean I get to do my job? I get to defend in court? Alright, I'll hear what you have to say. You got him, Daddy. Hook, line, and sinker. Now it's time to reel him in. It's official. I'm scared. Who's our client? Alright, so who's the client? Ah, yes. Here. Take a look at the map and I'll explain. Last night I left the office just before 9 o'clock. I was going to the Indochine pasta joint, Alden Tay's. I played piano there, of course. That's when it happened. The car sent me flying, nicked a telephone pole, and zoomed away. Creepy, huh? Just a tad. It's almost as creepy as hearing you tell the story like it was no big deal. The car sped off in this direction. So, good luck. Huh? You wanted a client, didn't you? Well, I'm your client. Find the guy who knocked me into that telephone pole. Whoa, hold on, I'm a defense attorney, not a detective. Don't worry, once you find the guy, I intend to sue him. Then you can stick it to him in court. I'm not a prosecutor either. I'm sorry, but this is crazy. I'm going home. Don't get so worked up. It was just a joke. Huh? Oh, Daddy. Sorry, Apollo. He just loves jokes, you know. Even the ones that aren't very funny. Your real client should be stopping by the office any time now. The office? You mean the talent agency? No harm in going. It's not like I have anything else to do. One more thing. Don't look into my accident, too. Oh, do look into my accident, too. Won't you? Would you? I marked the scene of the tragedy on this map. People Park. It's right in front of this park. Should be easy to find. So, he's going to make me investigate this after all. Alright. Okay. Thank you, sir. Right Talent Agency. Here we go. Who's our client? Who is it? Can't wait. Hey, hey, hey! How long you planning on making me wait, eh? Good morning.
Hey there, Trucy doll! Sounds like your pop's had a bit of a rough spot, huh?
All's well that ends well, I guess. This is our client?
Hey, so this is that Apollo fella, eh?
Oh, yes, the name's Apollo.
Look at him here, arms all crossed like, ready to fight.
Yes, sir. You don't mean that literally, do you?
The boss told you what I need, right? Don't let me down now, Apollo.
Don't worry about your defense, sir. I'm on it.
Defense? Your noodle half cooked. It's too late for defense. My castle's been stormed. My keep's been kept. My noodle stand's been stolen.
Noodle? You know Mr. Eldoon from the noodle stand, don't you, Polly? No nicknames, please. And no, of course I don't. And no, of course I don't know him.
You new in these parts?
Not really.
Then you know the best noodles in town. Eldoon's Noodles.
Oh, I get it. His name's Noodle backwards. I get it. Funny. Funny man. Funny you are. Funny. You even have noodles as hair. Funny man.
My noodles! Help me out here, Trucy doll.
This is Mr. Guy Eldoon. A client, so Noodle Guy. His name is literally Noodle Guy. Maybe you can tell us the problem, Mr. Eldoon.
Anything for you, Trucy doll.
Okay. Give me a minute. I didn't get a chance to examine all this. Blue silk hat, just like the one Trucy's wearing. Oh, that's just for show. Don't wear it, please. Last thought from my mind, honest. I put it there so clients can see it and know who I am. Nothing says magician like a silk top hat. Like another stunt magician from a circus. This is a fucking mess. Whoa, that fork is floating! Not. Why do you have a plate of plastic spaghetti here? That right there is the whole reason I became a magician. Do tell. I saw a plate just like that in a restaurant once. The floating fork looked so real, that's when I knew. Someday I'd make magic more amazing than that spaghetti. I see. So in other words, this is just your room. Got it. I don't have to look at anything else. Who's this guy? So, you run a noodle stand, Mr.
Eldoon. Guy Eldoon's the name, and noodles are my game. The secret's in the soup. I've been searching for the perfect soup for a year and a half. Haven't found it once.
Oh, that's not that long, really.
My family's been noodle men for generations. Got a lot of expectations on my shoulders. 15 fathers passing on the noodle to 15 sons.
That's a pretty old noodle.
Aye, and a fool that I was, I pushed it away. I rebelled against my pops and picked another livelihood like another certain prosecutor from Miles Edgeworth's second game. But that didn't turn out so well.
Oh.
There was no denying it. Salty broth runs through these veins, boy!
So, it was like destiny that you became what you are.
Right! Destiny's the word. Oh, I fought it. But in the end, I was bound by the twisted noodle of fate.
Not a mental image I care to linger on.
So, last year I started my noodle stand. The 15th generation of Eldoon's Noodles.
Eldoon's Noodles. So tell me more about Eldoon's Noodles.
You don't know the genius that are my noodles? I make them so salty, why they're saltier than salt. Than gamer's salt.
That's rough. That's a rough voice to do. But it's kind of easy. Now I really don't want to find out. Daddy's a regular at his noodle stand.
He frequented my pop's stand back during his attorney days, too. Yep, him and his assistant.
I'm sorry, I'll be sure to drop by your stand soon.
Wish you could, Sonny!
Huh?
Heck, I wish I could. I'd give anything for a bowl bout now.
What do you mean?
It was stolen. My stand. Gone.
Stolen? Who'd want to steal a noodle stand? Someone really wants noodles badly.
It was last night. I was doing my rounds, blowing my whistle. Also known as a harmonica.
Like an ice cream truck's bell, but louder. He even gets complaints.
Now you're just trying to butter me up.
That sounded more like the blues than a whistle.
I closed up my stand for the night and parked by the house. Then, this morning, dark and early, it was gone! My keep! My castle! Ooh. Maybe some bum
Oh, sorry. Maybe some bum carted it off? Just guessing here.
Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there, too.
That's the saddest thing I've heard all day.
You know it. Anyhow, that's the deal. Good luck.
Good. Huh? Wait. What exactly is your request?
My noodle stand. Find it. And the day you bring my baby back is the day you feast on as many noodles as you want. Of course, I make it so hot and salty, 2 bowls would kill a man. Then I'd really need a defense.
Speaking of defense, that's what I do. I'm a lawyer, not a detective.
This is where I live. You drop by if you need any info, okay? I'm just gonna ignore all your questions. Get it back today if you can, Paulo. I got noodles to make.
Things have certainly taken a turn for the bizarre. Traffic accidents and noodle stand thieves. Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you about too, Apollo. Huh? I have a bad feeling about this.
Listen to the lady's problem now. Don't be cruel.
I lost something last night. That is, something was stolen.
Hey, what's this? More thieving and skullduggery?
Well, someone stole a pair of my panties. Can we... You can't make this shit up, people. You can't make this up. This is something you can't make up. Oh, Mother of God, Apollo. I feel sorry for him. Oh, boy. Okay, back to the action. Panties.
Well, this is the most awkward shit I've ever heard in my life.
So they were, stolen? Your... My panties, yes. Right. Panties.
That's a crying shame. That is, Juicy Doll.
I was alone in the office last night. I'd hung my panties out the window there to dry. Can I ask why? Do you live in this office? Actually, what kind of question is that? Of course you do. There's literally all your stuff in here. Why do you live in this office, woman? Why? I have several questions. When a thief came and took them. My favorite panty. I really wish there was another word for this. Why did it have to be this? Literally, they could have taken anything. Why? Why did they steal this? I have several questions about this. In general, one in the hell. It's probably that creep of a doctor, too. I would not put it past him. I ran after him. Give those back, I shouted. Wait! Well, that was certainly brave of you. But I lost him. Without those panties, I don't know what I'll do.
A darn crying shame, yep.
Well, at least the scene of the crime is convenient. I'll mark it on your map. It's right here. It's in this room. Try to find it.
I'll be heading home now. Remember, find my stand, or there's an empty ball in your future, Apollo.
Right.
And you'll help out Trucy Doll here, too, you hear?
Things have certainly picked up, haven't they? We had no work yesterday, and now we have 3 cases. I guess. Let's see where we stand. Not in a courtroom. That's where. Well, the first item on our list, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright, Daddy's hit-and-run accident. Dog is barking. As per usual. We have to find out who hit him. Who's going to pay us for this again? And the second item, Mr. Eldoon's request to find his stolen stand, for which we stand to gain a bowl of salty noodles. And the last request is mine, to find my stolen panties. That bowl of noodles is looking better and better. Let's go, Polly, to the streets. Aren't you enthusiastic? How could I not be? Let's crack these cases, you and me. I guess we might as well get started. Let's see, a hit and run, a stolen stand, and last but not least, stolen panties. This is the weirdest shit. Oh my god, that's a painted door. What the fuck happened here? So this is where Mr. Wright got hit by that car? According to the map, this is the place. Kentucky. What a huge mansion. Feels like Chinatown. Apollo! There's a nice looking lady over there. Let's question her. Okay. I'm a little curious about the park over there, too. Oh my god, hi. Excuse me, can we have a few words with you? Absolute. You want something? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is the first voice that came into my mind. I'm sorry. Whoa, that husky voice. Why am I suddenly Oh my god. Alright. That's quite a house you've got there. You must have a lot of money. Ooh, money sounds like something my son would call his friends. This is the Kitaki family mansion, little girl. Eh? You, give me the hair. You want something? Me? No, not a thing. Bye. Apollo, we can't leave without questioning her. What if she knows something? But the Kitaki family, they're the biggest organized... I'm sorry, what? They're the biggest organized crime syndicate in town? I wonder who hit him. Is that a fucking sword in your broom? What is this game? If you're gonna ask something, ask it if you're man enough. Wow, right. Yay! Way to whip him into shape, ma'am. Does she know no fear? I'm Plum Kitaki, wife of the 4th head of the Kitaki family business. Also, don't mind the fact that I have a hidden sword in my broom. I use this every day and no one ever thinks of crossing me. Friends call me Little Plum. I'm Little Apollo, Justice Attorney at Law. If looks could kill, this woman would be a mass murderer by now. Well, I mean, I'll give her this. Her theme's kind of cool. I'll give her that. Let's examine. You know what? I'm curious about the door. What happened? There's paint splashed all over this gate. What a mess. Was this paint knocked over by the car that hit my daddy? That's right. And I'm left to clean up the mess. If you find whoever did this, bring this scoundrel by, would you? Of course. Then you can make them clean up their own mess. You're cute. Naive, but cute. When I find whoever did this, you can bet I'll be doing some cleaning. There's nothing I dislike so much as a mess. Oh, I wish I could say cool things like that. I bet you do. I'd laugh if my teeth were chattering so hard. Wow, that's a big house, and the gate is so big. The Kataki family is pretty big around these parts. I like the fox. It's so cute. Ah, that's our family crest from the old country. Your family crest? We're clever as the fox, and our teeth are sharp. So it's like a motto. You need a crest too, Apollo. Ooh, how about the scales of justice, or a lunar lander? I'll pass. Thanks. After all, not a lot of lunar landers have any good terms with the word Apollo on it. As sad as that is to say. A brightly painted dragon. Why do I get the feeling he's glaring at me? Those paints must have been to repaint this wall. That's right. I called in an artist to do the job. He's the third so far. The third? The first spilled paint all over the entrance here. The second on my kimono. So No, don't tell me. It's better that I don't know. Jesus Christ, woman. What is this fucking game? Excuse me, the Katakis. Little Plum? That's a really cute name for someone so... Yes? Whoa! What is it? Whoa! What is it, Apollo? How about you go through me when talking to her, okay, Trucy? Huh? That seems like a bit of a needless procedure. I'm a lawyer. I live for needless procedures. Also, I'm not willing to let you die. Oh, little girl, you should know we're gangsters. Oh, that means you're the bad guys. Trucy, through me, please. I'm begging you here. The bad guys. I like the sound of that. I'm gonna need some warm tea after this. Takes a lot of hard work to protect a family fortune. Things aren't as easy as they used to be for us bad guys. So, you're saying that business is in a slump? Let's not ask about business if we can help it, please. There was a car accident here last night, right? Last night. Of course you wouldn't know about it, so sorry to bother you. Wait. Yes? You're talking about that man, aren't you? The one who flew 30 feet and just walked away? That's my daddy. I should have known. One of your capos thought he'd make a great point man. Capo? Point man? Could you avoid using too much industry lingo? In any case, it's been nothing but trouble. I've been cleaning up this mess since this morning. Bah. Cleaning up this paint? Tell me about the paint. Was this paint spilled at this time of the accident? It was around 9 at least. I heard a crashing noise and found your father drowning in a sea of paint. So you came to his rescue. You've my husband, the boss, to thank for that. The car that hit your father knocked over this paint, then turned the corner and sped away. We're in the middle of repainting our wall, you see. I'm sure that dragon is glaring at me. But why are you out here cleaning it up? What do you mean? I mean, aren't you a gangster? Don't you have any goons to do your dirty work for you? Please, go through me when you want to. Don't be such a stiff lawyer, boy. I suppose we gangsters do have a certain image. Yes. But we're community-oriented gangsters, you see. Boss likes to give back to the people, see? How noble of him. I've availed myself of the public facilities to get rid of all the garbage. Now there's just the pain on the street to deal with. Public facilities? I wonder if she means that trash can. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Oh, I can't. What do I... move. Well, we can either go to the scene of the stand theft, or we can go to... I want to say they're all connected, because there's no way that this is just a coincidence. Okay, I've already talked about that. This is the same thing? Yep, this is the same thing. Can I look inside? Nope. Same thing, as per usual. Okay. This is probably where I'm going to need that walkthrough. Close that. Right. Oh. Who the fuck? Who's that? She's looking at the park. She's pretty. I bet she has a story, you know? There is something about her. Too bad she seems to be in a bit of a rush. There's a big trash can on the way into the park. Guess we should check it out. A detective's life sure is a hard one. I'm an attorney, actually. Huh? Two pieces of garbage with paint on them. These are slippers. They look like those slippers you get at the hospital. Look at this, Apollo. Doesn't this go in a car? It's a side view mirror. Looks like it was torn off when it was smacked into something. Or someone. Wait, you don't think... I do. This could be from the car that hit Mr. Wright. Wow, and he took off its mirror. I never knew Daddy was so strong. I only have room in my pocket for one of these, though. Which do you want to take? Well... let's see what the walkthrough has to say. Mirror. Take the mirror. What's going on over here? Looks like there's some trouble by the park gate. I smell an incident. Ma'am, there's no entry to the park. Now don't you tell me where I can't go, young fella. I always walk through this park on my way home. Please get down from there. You'll hurt yourself, ma'am. That's quite the determined old lady. Personally, I'm a little more interested in this park. You know what I think? I bet they're filming a movie. Let's go take a look. Maybe we'll see someone famous. Hey, miss, stay out of the park. You got mad at me. Did something happen here, officer? Huh? No, move along. Nothing to see. Why don't you kids go play somewhere else? We're not kids and we're not playing. I'm an attorney. Something wrong? Emma! Detective Sky! We're fine, ma'am. Nothing to report. Oh, God, Emma. Detective? Why's she wearing a lab coat? You're hardly one to comment on how people are dressed. You're hardly one to comment on how people are dressed. And these kids are curiosity seekers, ma'am. They claim to be lawyers. Why don't you kids run along and play someplace else? Look, we're not... Or might I spill something on that pretty face of yours? Want a dose of experimental hydroxy? Would you like a dose of experimental hydroxy? Come again? What's hydroxy stuff? Whatever it is, it doesn't sound good. Let's go, Trucy. Try to keep out the riffraff, if you would. Yes, ma'am. Emma, what happened? How are we going to get more information like this? Why did we ask that nice woman across the street? Oh, yes, that nice woman. Oh, she means her. Can I ask you a question?
What?
What happened in the park across the street?
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
Oh, yes. Quite the commotion. Chicago lightning, as the boss would say.
Chicago, huh?
Gunfire. Someone was killed. Strange circumstances, too.
You're kidding!
What a morning. Trouble everywhere. The park, the gate, even our house.
Did something happen in your house, too?
A crime without honor, without remorse. It's a private matter. Want to hear about it?
Somehow, I don't think no is an acceptable answer, Polly. So, what happened at your house?
Bloomers. Last night.
Eh? I got a bad feeling about this.
Me little plum Kateki, the victim of a panty snatcher.
What? So it wasn't just my panties that were stolen?
Got you too, did they? Poor thing. Like I said, whoever did this is a hardened criminal. It wasn't you, was it?
No, of course not. Mercy.
I've heard word that panties have been disappearing lately.
Are you fucking kidding me? What is happening in this town?
And the missing panties all have something in common.
It's hard to imagine that Trucy's and Mrs. Kataki's panties have so much in common. I just imagine Mrs. Kataki's panties. I know. We'll find your bloomers too.
Great. Show me what you're made of.
What have you gotten me into this time, Trucy? Oh, are you here to tell me that your undergarments were taken too? Please, by all means, come forward. I'm all ears. That girl from before.
Oh, welcome home, sweetie.
Hello, Mother. She's a Kataki too? Miss. Here, a flyer. The Right Anything Agency?
Anything agency?
Yeah, do you like the new flyer? So, this is our defense attorney, Mr. Apollo Justice. Attorney? Drop by our office. We'll be waiting. Goodbye.
Why did you give her a flyer?
I don't know. She seemed like she could use some help. She's the heiress to a gangster dynasty. She doesn't need our help. I wouldn't be so sure. Okay. Is that all I can do here? I feel like it is. Yep. That's all I can do here. To the noodle stand! New. I see. So, what's this place? This would be Mr. Eldune's house, silly. Oh, so this is where his stand was stolen from. I can see a piece of evidence lying on the ground already. Hey! Look! There's a police car parked over there. You're right. What's with the sparkly entrance? What is this place? A hospital? There's a sign. Maractus Clinic. Oh, that's where the thief went. The thief? The one who snatched my panties. He ran into this clinic last night. Wait. Maybe that police car is here to find my panties. I doubt it. But there's only one way to be sure. Let's investigate.
Oh, there you are, Sonny. Well, you find anything yet?
No, not yet.
The longer you loaf around here, the saltier your victory bowl gets. Just remember that.
This bowl of noodles is sounding less like payment and more like punishment. Oh my god. What is this game? What is this story? Are you guys enjoying the story, by the way? Because my god, I have not felt... I have never in my life had such a strange turn of events as this. Oh boy. Okay. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna talk to him. So, your stand Eldune's Noodles, was it?
Hey! Passed down from father to son! That stand's seen its share of salt. Mm-hmm. Salt runs in the family, you might say.
I bet high blood pressure does too. So, your stand Eldune's Noodles was stolen?
Oh, it wasn't just the stand I was stolen, sonny boy. I lost those wobbly wheels, my salt-crusted stew pot, my stained sign. I didn't just lose the stand, I lost a legend!
No one steals a legend and gets away with it on my watch. Let's find that legend, Apollo. Isn't it about time he bought a new one anyway? Are there any more details you could give me about the stand?
You bet, sonny boy! It happened last night. I was blowing my whistle like always, crying in the town I was. The smell of broth filled the streets, thick and salty. I got home, well, right before 10 p.m., I reckon.
Guess he's not aiming for that late night market.
I washed my balls and gave the wheels a squirt of grease. Then I went inside.
When did you notice it had been stolen?
Early this morning, before the sun rose. Work starts early. The early bird gets the worm, as they say.
I'm not kidding, by the way, that when I say that this does a number in my voice. Do that many people eat noodles for breakfast?
I'm washed up on the salty shores of ruination. That stand had my whole life in it. Nay, my whole being.
They took everything?
All my soup stuck, my noodles, my bowls, and my dreams.
At least they left one bowl. Look, there on the ground.
If you don't find that stand today, then I'll be forced to walk the streets peddling that bowl. My last bowl.
Is that a dog near your fucking house? Why did it go off? Please, I'm under enough pressure here as it is. Jesus. That's it. That's where the thief who snatched my panties ran to.
It's a crying shame, that is. If they have to steal, make it my loincloth, not some pretty girl's panties.
You use loincloths still? Ugh. The garage, right? You don't think the thief lives here, do you?
Phew! I wouldn't put it past that good-for-nothing doctor.
Do I detect a little animosity here? Let's make sure to check out that garage thoroughly. Is it who I think it is? If it's who I think it is, I'm going to actually fucking scream. If it's who I think it is, I'm gonna actually fucking scream. This is the place! This is where that panty snatcher ran! Are you sure? Maybe. Let's look for clues. Clues. Clues to a panty snatching. Clues like a pair of panties. Trucy, could you try not saying panties so many times, please? Please don't be his house. I'm begging you. There's something about this car. Let's take a closer look. Well, we got a cell phone, it looks like. Look, a cell phone. Someone dropped it beneath this tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure. I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. We should bring it to him. We should bring it to him later. Please don't be who I think you are. Don't be who I think you are, or I will beg Apollo to punch you. That reminds me. I once read a record of a case that Mr. Wright worked on many years ago. Apparently, there was this car with a piece of cloth shoved into the tailpipe. Oh, he's talking about Rise from the Ashes. Wow, that's a really nice callback. That piece of cloth turned out to be a vital clue to solving the case. Wow. I remember that case record whenever I'm checking out a car. And I always check the tailpipe. Everyone's gotta have a hobby, I guess. Wouldn't it be funny if... Hey! There's something in there! What? Wait a second. Are these your... Ah! My panties! What? Already? Wow, thank you, Apollo. You're a genius. Amazing. No, really. Don't mention it. No, I'm serious. I'm really impressed. You must have a nose for finding girls' panties. What are those? My little panties, of course. They've come home to Mama. I can't wait to use them. You're gonna put them on now? I'd rather not. Why is this game weird? Nintendo, what the fuck? See? Nothing in the panties. Ta-da! Oh, it's her magic ones. It's the magic ones that she was talking about It's the magic ones. Whoa, where'd that come from? How did that bowl get in your panties? My panties are extra dimensional space. Anything can fit in there. They're my magic panties. It's one of my best tricks. Magic panties? What kind of show do you do? Aren't you like 15? Trucy, what are you? They love them over at the Wonder Bar? What? What? Why? Hold on. I have to know. I have to know. I have to know. Rated teen. Okay. Okay. I wanted to make sure of that. Holy crap! I didn't know this was part of the game, guys. I didn't. They love them over at the Wonder Bar. I do shows there nightly. You mean those panties are a prop? You could have told me a little sooner! Oh, that's one case closed, at least. What are you saying? We still have to catch the sly devil that ran off with my tool of my trade. Oh, right. Something tells me we're not finished searching this garage anyway. And here's the car. Hey, look at that! The mirror's been broken off. Now this is a clue. What? You're smiling like you know something I don't. You aren't keeping a clue from me, are you, Polly? Clue? Let's see. Show evidence. I think I do just have the clue you've got in mind. It's the mirror. My clue is this. Whoa! It's the same color and size and everything. A perfect match. I guess we could check it out. Two pieces of garbage with paint on them. Look at this, Apollo. Doesn't this go in a car? It's a side view mirror. Looks like it was torn off when it smacked into something. Or someone. Well, looks like we just solved the case. So the car that hit Daddy last night is sitting right in front of us, yep. Wow, you put the pro in professional, Apollo. Gee, thanks, Trucy. Apollo? Huh? What is it? Now that we've solved this case, we should go report to Daddy. He'll mope if we leave him alone too long. Knowing him. Okay. He doesn't seem the type to mope, though. And this is hardly a case worth reporting. Well, time to go confront the doctor. Can we talk to him? Hey, we found... Nope, we didn't find anything. We didn't find anything for you. Goodbye, sir. Okay. Well. June 15th, Hickfield Clinic. Huh? Mr. Wright's gone. Maybe he's gone for an examination. He'll probably be back soon. Let's wait. I think it might take some time. Daddy always loves his examinations. Don't ask, Justice. You don't want to know. Why don't we come back later? Yeah, I guess you're right. So then where am I supposed to go then? Kentucky Mansion? Hi? Can I talk to you? No. Okay. I'm just gonna keep moving around and just hope to God that I'm... Examine. Examine. Someone's there! Oh, it's just a gold-painted human skeleton. Just a human skeleton? In painted gold? There's a mannequin in hand waving to us from the box behind the skeleton. This place just screams hospital stores, don't you think? It screams something, that's for sure. It's a kitty. Hey, a kitty cat! Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. It's not coming down. We do look kind of suspicious, you have to admit. It's okay, kitty cat. His hair won't hurt you. It's okay, kitty cat. She won't make you disappear in her hat. This car belongs to someone at Maractus Clinic, and it hit Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright sprained his ankle, and the car lost a side view mirror. This car versus Mr. Wright. Not quite the match of the century. Okay. Time to examine. Bull. Is this yours, Mr. Eldoon?
Hey, there's the heart and soul of Eldoon's noodles. The bowl absorbs my salty soup. Pretty soon it's gonna taste just like noodles.
Wow, it does smell like noodles.
Oh, my other bowls got taken away with my stand. Get it back for me, sonny boy, I'm begging you!
So, why didn't the dog stop it? Look, a doggy. Good boy, Salty. I'm sure the dog has a real name, Trucy.
Yep, sure does. Name's Spoon. And it's a she, by the way.
Spoon doesn't seem so lively.
She didn't get her bowl of salty broth this morning, that's why. Poor little thing.
Apollo, let's find that stand soon, for Spoon's sake. I'm pretty sure dogs aren't supposed to eat noodles. This house is, well, it's old.
It's been well loved, that's for sure. I lived here with my wife for many a year now. It's got character, though, just like my soup.
I always thought character was a positive thing. That doorway sure is sparkly. The Maractus Clinic, huh? Looks more like a casino parlor than a hospital. It must be quite profitable. Funny, it looks closed. Maybe they're on vacation today. I'd understand if there was an ambulance outside, but a police car? Maybe they're tax evaders. Sorry, miss. No going into the clinic today. Did something happen? Huh? Oh, no. Nothing to see here. Move along. You'll have to find someplace else to play doctor. Do we look like the right age to be playing doctor? We need a little more info on the Maractus Clinic. We should ask Mr. Eldoon. He's their neighbor, after all. And we should check out that garage. What if the thief who stole my panties is still in there? Excuse me, sir. I'd like to talk to you about the Maractus Clinic. Hey, do you think something happened next door? There's a police car out front.
Probably gave someone food poisoning, I'll bet.
If anyone's at risk of giving someone food poisoning.
A police car got here this morning, actually. I asked what they were up to, but they wouldn't even tell me, the neighbor. Not that I was surprised much. The doctor works for the wrong crowd. It was just a matter of time before he got what was coming to him.
The wrong crowd?
Never you mind about that.
Okay. What's this about? Interesting. Alright, walk through. What's next? Oh, okay. I guess now I can go talk to Phoenix. Alright. Now we can go talk to him. I guess. Oh, Phoenix! We're back! Yo, how goes it?
Daddy, how do you feel?
Not bad, Trucy, not bad. It's good to have you young'uns on the case. Let's old Daddy-O get some well-deserved R&R.
The elderly need their rest. He's like 33. He's fine.
Isn't he only 33? We've cleared up most of the cases. I was right about you, competent, capable. Tell me what you found out if you want to. Your enthusiasm is overwhelming. Alright, here's my report, sir. Well, I certainly didn't expect you back this early.
Polly's amazing. He found my panties so quick. Almost like he was the one who stole them.
You have an interesting concept of praise. And did you find the mad driver who gave me that 30-foot toss? Apparently, it was a doctor from the Maractus Clinic. Maractus, huh? I've heard of him. Nothing good, mind you. That reminds me. That reminds me, a police car was parked outside the clinic.
Maybe something happened.
What is this Maractus Clinic, anyway? Hey, Phoenix, what do you know? All I've heard are the rumors. That clinic's been making good money. In a bad way. Bad. Ties to organized crime, the Kentucky family. The Kataki family? He did that on purpose. Some injuries you can't take to a public hospital, see? They use the Maractus Clinic for their patch-up jobs. Interesting. Whoops! I didn't mean to push that one.
It looked like something had happened in that park.
Ah, a body was found there in unusual circumstances. Nothing more unusual than being dead. It's not our concern, in any case.
Right, let's ignore that and find that noodle stand.
Whatever happened to professional curiosity? Thanks, really. If I get tired of sleeping, maybe I'll head down to this Maractus place. Maybe hit him up for some reparations. A little legal action would do me some good. I was wondering when I get paid. We solved the case of your accident and found a missing article of clothing.
My panties!
That leaves the noodle stand. Feel free to drop in if you get stuck. I'd be happy to help you with anything not involving money. Goodbye, quid pro quo. Hello, pro bono.
Right, back to the office to plan our next move.
Right, anything agency. Oh my god, hi! You're the woman from the Kentucky place.
Yes. I knew it! Something's the matter and you want our help, right? Well, you've come to the right place. This way, please. Thank you. My name is Alita Tiala. I have a request.
Alita Tiala? Wait. Hold on, can we... How do I look at the profiles? Wait, can I not look at profiles in this game? Well, that's dumb. Oh wait, court record. Duh. I'm a dumb.
What? She just gave us her name. What do you mean?
Your request? Your request? Let me guess. Something's been stolen?
Your flyer. It says now defending, so I thought... What? You mean you want me to defend you? Me? Maybe you can tell us what happened. Were you hit by a car? Did someone steal your stand? Or your panties? No. I'm not the client, actually. The client would be my fiancé, I suppose you'd call him.
Fiancé? What happened to him, then?
He was arrested this morning. The charge was murder. Murder? Have you heard about what happened at the park?
What's your story first? So, what's your story? You frequent the Kitaki Mansion, yes? Are you a member of their, organization?
No, not yet. Not yet? You see, I'm to be married next month to the boss's son.
The boss's son? So he's a gangster.
Yes, but the Kitakis are locally responsible gangsters. I thought it'd be nice for a change, quit my boring job, live the good life, gangster life. I think you're onto something. Miss Kitaki, I like the sound of that.
I'm not sure your daddy would care much for that. Murder in the park.
What happened? I've been told all the details, but I do know a body was found in the park near the Kitaki Mansion. There was a lot of police cars there. Apparently, the victim was shot with a pistol, but I hear the circumstances of shooting were rather unusual.
And your fiancé was arrested for this?
What sort of person is your fiancé?
Your fiancé is the Kitaki family's only son, correct?
His name's Waki. Waki Kitaki.
Oh my fucking god.
I brought a photo.
Well, that's quite the photo.
I know. Oh, he can be powerful and menacing, but so cute.
But if he's the boss's only son...
Yes, I'm sure he'll take his father's place someday. Say, I'm boss already, of this agency. Please help my Waki, please.
Right, my first solo defense case. Crime boss's son or not, I'll prove he's innocent, baby. I'm gonna get a criminal scot-free.
I prepared a letter of request. I know you need those. Right, let's go check out the scene of the crime.
To the park! And there's a bike. So this is it. My first murder crime scene. It's you kids again. Look, can't you find some other place to play?
We're not playing. We're, investigating. Aren't we, Apollo?
Sir, I have a letter of request here. Letter of... Huh? Why does it say hit request on it? STL must have used the Kitaki stationery. Excuse me, coming through!
Oh, hey, boss! How you doing? It's great to see you!
It's you, Mr. Gavin. Who's this guy? I must say I'm used to being inspected by the ladies. This is the first time I felt this way with a man. Mr. Gavin? Fräulein. Oh, he's German. Fräulein.
What is this sweet monsieur like you doing in such a dismal place? Can I help? Yes. The policeman officer fellow, he won't let us in. We even have a letter of request.
You must be exhausted. Standing out here.
I will take you to the scene. I will take you to the scene of the crime. Oh, really?
By your leave, officer. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Very well. This way, Fräulein.
Whee! Hey, what about me? Oh, hey, we found Eldoon.
On that note, enjoy your investigation.
Thank you. Will we see you again?
Ask the wind, Fräulein. I'll be riding on it. Who was that?
Eek! Apollo, look! A corpse!
What? Hey, it's just a mannequin. Wow, it sure got me. Might I ask exactly what it is you're doing here? Oh, hey, Emma. Oh, it's you. How did you kids get in here?
Oh, this guy, well, he was more like a prince, really. He let us in.
Him again. The Glimmer's fop, always getting in my way.
Anyway, this scene is off limits.
Excuse me, we have a letter of request. One moment. Why is she holding that big magnifying glass?
I'd recognize the handwriting anywhere. Scientific analysis says this was written by Alita Tiala.
Thanks.
Took you 30 minutes to figure that out?
So, what's up with the mannequin there?
It's taking the place of the body, preserving the crime scene of the crime as it was found.
The body was pulling the stand?
So you're a defense attorney, are you? Detective Emma Skye. I'm in charge of this crime scene. She doesn't seem that happy about it.
She doesn't seem that happy about many things.
I trust you know how to stay out of the way. I always carry 2 pairs of handcuffs, just in case.
Emma, what happened to you, honey? Who hurt you?
Hey there, not messing with the crime scene, but we need to investigate. Investigations are to be carried out by professionals, scientifically. She's not going to let us check out the crime scene, is she? Hey, Apollo. My very unscientific analysis tells me there's something very suspicious.
I think I know what you mean. It's kind of hard not to notice. I better check out what we came here to find, at least.
But we need to investigate. Apollo! Look, that stand! It says Eldoon. It says Eldoon!
I've noticed. Well, we've solved the case of the missing stand, at least. Though the circumstances could stand to be better. Emma, honey, the case. Detective Skye?
Quiet, please. Quiet, please. It's snack time.
What the fuck is this game?
Are you done? We're not making much progress here. She must not be very busy. I never seem to get a lucky break. Back after 9 years, and they won't give me the position I requested. And then I hear he gave up the defense attorney life.
He? Who's he? An ex-defense attorney? Detective Skye?
Quiet, please.
Wait a minute. Do I have to show her? Let me guess. Yep. I have to show her something. I have to show her something. I have to show her something in order to make her talk. If you could spare a moment to take a look at this. Can't you see that I'm extremely busy? Eating snacks, yes.
Busy eating snacks, I'd say.
This is going nowhere fast. Do I have anything that belongs to Mr. Cell Phone? No, I don't. Alright, this is going nowhere. Help! What do I do? Okay. Okay, alright. Alright, alright. I know what to do. Shit! Sorry, guys. Got scared for a minute. Oh, she's gone. Interesting. Do I go to Hickfield? June 15th, Hickfield Clinic.
Ah, you're back. Run into some problems? Oh, Polly, didn't you want to tell Daddy something?
Who, me? No, I'm fine. Really. What's this? So there's a problem?
No, no problem. Actually,
I got a defense request.
a defense request.
That is a problem. Huh? I've given up the court. I'm not a lawyer anymore.
The request was for me.
Oh, right. You're a lawyer, aren't you? He's doing that on purpose. I know it. So, what about this defense request? It's related to the murder in People Park, actually.
Guess what? We found Mr. Eldoon's noodle stand at the scene of the crime.
Did you now? That's unusual indeed. Never heard of a noodle stand being used as a murder weapon. I think the murder weapon was something else. You mean you don't know what the murder weapon was?
That funny detective lady won't let us on the scene. What kind of detective wears a lab coat anyway?
Lab coat? Didn't think she'd be involved with this. You know her? You could say that. So, you know her, don't you? I met her on a case. This was about 10 years ago. She was still a high school student at the time. That would make her about the same age as me.
That's my daddy. He knows all the police types. Oh, wait. Maybe you know the other guy. That other guy, too.
That other guy?
The shining prince on the motorcycle.
Prince? Prince. Apollo, tell me about this Prince of Trucy's. Indulge a concerned father. He was at the crime scene. He looked just like Mr. Gavin. Did he now? You know him? My guess is he's Christoph Gavin's younger brother.
His brother?
We're acquaintances after a fashion. Clavier Gavin. Rock and roll god incarnate.
Clavier. What a lovely name. He's so dreamy.
I didn't know Mr. Gavin had a brother. What was he doing out there? I have a feeling you'll be crossing paths again soon. Now, what was the problem again? Having trouble investigating the crime scene in the park?
Yeah, the detective woman won't let us.
Go to the office. Under the silk top hat, you'll find a bottle of white powder. Try taking that to this detective. White powder. I hope it's not what I think it is. Just take it to her. It'll be fine. You'll see. Oh, and tell her I said hi. Oh, is it the fingerprint dust? Is it the fingerprint dust? Did he keep it? So this must be the silk top hat Mr. Wright mentioned. Let's take a closer look. It is! He kept the fingerprint analysis stuff.
Whoa! You know what this is, Trucy? I remember finding some in Daddy's dresser when I was little. I thought it was sugar, so I licked it. He got mad at me.
This is getting more and more suspicious. Yeah, it's fingerprint powder.
Let's go talk to that detective. She's sure to know what that white powder is.
It's fingerprint dust. You tried to eat fingerprint dust. That is what you... Let's not go there yet. Let's first talk to Emma in the park. I have a present. Does this ring any bells?
Ah, is that... It couldn't. Where'd you get that?
I brought it from the office.
You work at the Wright & Co. law offices, yes?
Yeah, sort of.
Detective Sky, how do you know my daddy? Daddy? I'm sorry, who did you say you were? Trucy Wright, Phoenix Wright's daughter. What? Mr. Wright has a daughter?
You seem shocked. Well, if you're Mr. Wright's daughter and you're his apprentice...
Then I'm available to help you in any way I can.
Oh, thanks. You could start by not calling me Mr. Wright's apprentice. This powder is used for detecting fingerprints. Fingerprints? I guess you might call it a memento from the time I spent with Mr. Wright. White powder memories.
If you find any evidence with fingerprints on it, please let me know. We'll dust for fingerprints.
Well, she's quite the eager beaver all of a sudden. Alrighty. Whoops! I meant to examine. So, guys, looking at the time, I don't think we're gonna get through this that quick. The mannequin's dressed up to look like a police officer. I've seen one at the station. A mannequin in place of a body. The body of the victim has already been removed.
Do you think the victim was the noodle stand thief?
What, you think someone killed him because he stole it?
Yeah! Taking care of business, Little Plum Kentucky style.
Try not to sound too eager about that, please. And this is Mr. Eldoon's noodle stand, obviously.
He does say Eldoon in big letters. It does say Eldoon in big letters, doesn't it?
And that mark on his paper lantern looks familiar. It's going to be a little weird telling him what with the corpse and all. Anyway, that wraps up 3 of our cases.
That's right. Congratulations, Apollo.
It leaves us with one case that's worse than all 3 put together. Murder. Trash can? There's got to be a good clue or 2 around here. You and your trash cans. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Please, can't you see I'm doing my... Huh? Look, another pair of underwear? Wow, Apollo, you're a genius at finding panties. Stop saying that. Wait, these aren't... They're not mine. Could these have been stolen too? Uh-oh. Well, we found her bloomers. Blue tarps have been placed on the ground around the stand.
Apollo, I bet the victim was going to have a picnic here.
I guess he could have eaten all the noodles he wanted.
Don't touch those. Those are preserving the crime scene.
Oh, I guess the police put these tarps here after all. God, this stand looks like it could use a bit of love. Alright, court record. Let's see what we got. Actually... The label reads fingerprint powder in some strange language. How do we know for sure? What if this is really a jar for something else, like jam or honey? Why would anyone go through the trouble? Well, so the police don't find out, that's why. I hardly think possessing fingerprint powder is a crime. Oh, I guess that's boring. Okay. Well... time to go tell the old man. Everyone enjoying the game? I sure am.
Oh, Mr. Eldoon.
Hello? Looks like he left.
And we found his stand and everything. What about our free bowl?
Too bad. Looks like we'll have to wait a little longer for that bowl. So sorry.
Oh, what a bummer.
Oops. Let's see here. Walk through. Help. Some might call this cowardice. Others will... Oh, here we go. I forgot to talk to her. That's right. The report came in last night. The body was found much as you see it now. Except it was a real body. But why? Why was the body pulling a noodle stand? If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't still be here. Well, what was the cause of death? A bullet wound to the temple. He was shot by a pistol.
A pistol?
Not the easiest thing to come by in this day and age. Unless you're a cop or a gangster. Incidentally, the victim's name was Pal Maractus. I just received the autopsy report, in fact.
I mean, really? What's up with this case? It's enough to make me want to run off, pulling a mysterious noodle stand behind me.
Not so mysterious, actually. We should tell her, Apollo. After all, we know where the stand came from.
A likely story? I didn't come here to play games, you know.
Actually, we do know where the noodle stand came from. The noodle stand's owner is, this dude.
Who's the old guy?
This is the proprietor of Eldoon's Noodles, Mr. Eldoon himself.
He's famous in this part of town.
Not bad. I guess Mr. Wright picked the right kids for the job. That saved me a lot of work.
Thanks.
What sort of person was the victim, anyway? You mean, what did he do? He was a doctor. A doctor? I'm starting to see a connection here.
Who, me?
I'm just a supervisor for this crime scene. Detective Sky.
I was out of the country for a while. I came back to be a forensic scientist. Oh, were you studying abroad? Something like that. I was studying in Europe. Forensic sciences, mind you. When I got back here, they threw me in criminal affairs just like that. Why didn't you just become a forensics expert in Europe? Well, I suppose that was an option, but I had a lot of favors to repay to people back here.
Favors? Wasn't she in high school when she left?
What? What's that look for? I was involved in an incident before I left.
But Mr. Wright and his people helped me out. I owed them.
Really? I had no idea.
She's been out of the country for a while. She probably doesn't know about Mr. Wright's current state of affairs. Could you tell us a bit about the defendant? He's the only son of the Kitaki family, yes?
Waki Kitaki. I don't know if he's the boss's son, but he's certainly throwing his weight around.
Violently in the detention center. I see. Why was he arrested in the first place?
You are a defense attorney, aren't you? You're not his by any chance.
Actually, yes, I am.
Well, we have a witness to the moment of the crime.
Eh?
The witness called the police. They'll be testifying during the trial tomorrow. What? Could you tell us a bit more about the victim? Well, let's see. Apparently, he's the physician at a clinic in the area. Quite well off, too, from the sound of it. The clinic's name is the Maractus Clinic. Maybe that's why the cop car was parked there. What? You've been to the clinic?
Yeah, though on a related issue. I told the detective about the case of the stolen noodle stand.
I see. So that means Dr. Maractus stole the stand and pulled it all the way here?
That would seem to be the case.
But why?
Don't ask me. I don't fucking know. I don't know the answer to that one. Only the victim knows. And he's dead. Well, I guess we've been keeping him waiting long enough, huh? Let's go see this Waki Kitaki. This wacky Kitaki.
Polly, you look as happy as a clam in its shell. For a lawyer, this is it. The place where the battle begins.
You need something? Ah, yes, we're attorneys. I was hoping we could see Mr. Waki Kitaki. Sorry, he's in questioning right now. Could take a while.
Drat. Oh, well, I guess we'll have to come back later then.
So much for that battle.
Shit.
What? Wait a minute. We're not done in that park. We aren't done there. There's stuff I haven't found. So much for a spoil-free walkthrough, by the way. Wait, unless it's is that? It's... That's a big fucking knife! A shiv, to be precise.
Oh, lingo!
The defendant, Waki Kitaki, is the son of known gangsters. The police are assuming this belongs to him. Wait, but wasn't the murder weapon a pistol? Huh, look at this. There's a handprint on the shiv.
A handprint? Then there might be a fingerprint. Let's investigate!
Okay.
Right, first choose the fingerprint you want to examine.
Choose a fingerprint?
Look closely at the handle. See, there's more than one fingerprint here. There's black spots? That's right. Pick the one you want to analyze.
The one that clearly looks like a fingerprint.
Right, let's get detecting.
Wow, she's practically glowing with excitement.
First, sprinkle some aluminum powder over the print. Just touch the screen like this, see? The oil left by the print absorbs the aluminum powder, so you dust on it. And blow it off. But blow, it's like whistling. You know how to whistle, don't you? Just put your lips together.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I have... Hang on, guys. I gotta make sure of something. Microphone settings. Yep, that works.
Isn't it, though?
Right, let's give it a shot.
Incidentally, it's important that you cover the entire fingerprint with the powder.
Oh, no. Well, here we go. Now, the only problem is, this is gonna work. No, it's not. Shit. Alright, hang on, guys. I gotta figure this out. Ah, shit! Wait, sound settings. Nope. Microphone settings? Hello? Use RAND white noise. Not suitable for TAS. Use connected physical microphone. That'll work. Oh. Guys, I'm so sorry.
Oh wait, I can use my voice. Ah! Ah!
Good, clear, quite impressive. Next, to match the print. Oh no, I am in the middle of a thing right now. I can't talk, I'm sorry, I'm streaming. Oh, I can't. I'm streaming. I gotta let him know. I'm streaming right now, sorry. I knew it was gonna fucking happen too. I knew it. Next, to match the print, the police office has samples so you can tell whose finger this print belongs to. That doesn't sound much. That doesn't sound like as much as fun as actually finding the print. Okay, pick the person whose print you think this is. Whew. You probably have a good idea whose knife this is already. Compare. Uh-oh. Well, shit. Alright, I just want to let them know that there was something going on. So, the fingerprints do belong to the defendant. Yes, isn't it amazing? Ah, the power of science. It's my life. Apollo, she's sparkling. And I'm dimming. And I'm dimming. Look sharp, spirits up. The real fight is yet to come. Chin up, Polly. The trial hasn't even started and I'm already losing. Okay. Alright. Putting that phone back now on the charger. So, have you met the defendant? No. Visiting hours are almost over at the detention center. You might think about wrapping up here and heading over. Good idea. I don't know what good it will do. We have a witness and a knife with Prince.
Have I mentioned I got a bad feeling about this? Don't worry, it's like a right tradition.
Some traditions I can live without. To the Kataki mansion. Move. Oh, I should not have had what I had for lunch today. Oh well. And wacky. I'm sorry, meeting hours for the day are all done. But we still have 3 minutes! I'll put in your request, but don't expect anything. The father's talking in private in the private room with him.
The father? You mean like a priest?
I mean the suspect's father, Mr. Winfred Big Wins Kataki himself. Not someone I care to meet. Die, you!
You're the one on your way out. You're the one on your way out, old...
Ah, they're here.
Whoa.
This guy radiates power. Power with a cute apron?
You Waukie's lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm Big Wins Kentucky, fourth head of the Kentucky family, capiche?
Actually, I came to speak to your son.
Mr. Justice,
Yes?
my son's innocent. He killed no one. If you were found guilty, it wouldn't be good. Capiche?
Yes, I'm all about capiche. Capiche loud and clear.
You gotta do more than just understand to make it. You'll learn, no. Even if the lesson comes at the end of your short life.
I don't feel so good.
What's the big idea, old man? You can't treat me like a kid no more. Not now. You know, I wanted to go to the clink. I like it here.
You must be wacky.
A G's not a G till he does hard time, Bizooey. Bizoy. You'll see, when I get out of here, things will change.
Silence! My apologies, Mr. Justice. He's usually such a nice boy.
Forgive me if I have a hard time believing that.
You can't take me under your wing this time, old man. You heard me. I don't need no trial. I did it.
I think that's enough for today, Mr. Justice. Don't let me down tomorrow.
Jesus Christ. So much for talking to our client.
But we made so much progress today. We even found my panties. I had fun at least.
Of course, the biggest mystery of all remains. How am I supposed to build a case for the trial?
Oh, almost forgot. It's time for my show. Tonight I'm performing at the Wonder Bar. You should come check it out.
Absolutely fucking not. I will not be checking that out. Oh my god. Oh my god, I love this game. Alright. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Huh? Mr. Wright's not here today?
He said his old foot injury was acting up.
Old injury? He was all smiles yesterday.
Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy.
Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice! Started my voice training at 5 this morning.
Oh, do some now. I want to see, here.
Huh? Oh, okay. My name is Apollo Justice and I'm fine.
That sounds more like a self-mantra than voice training.
I'm fine. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, good morning.
Yo, sup?
Hit me with the guilty verdict. Gee, see if I care. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Not really. This is gonna be his voice now, by the way.
Wookie! Don't be ruining your mouth like that in here.
See, that's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can keep it real till they spend some hard time in the pen.
You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
I'm fine. Sounds like they've both been voice training too, Apollo. My worst fears realized. The trial's starting and I still haven't had a real talk with my client. Is it really that important? Actually, I guess it District Courtroom number 4. Oh god, he's a prosecutor! Court is now in session for the trial of Walkie Kataki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll, our judge.
Ah, it's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor?
It's Mr. Gavin's brother. Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. Were you taking a leave of absence? You know that little band I started in my free time?
Seeing as we got real popular. Hard to say 9 to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah?
I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I feared that you might still be distraught over that one trial.
Not to worry, our judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? How could I pass up a chance to see the true strengths of the little boy who bested my brother?
Uh-oh.
It was worse cancelling a show or two.
Understood. You may give your opening statements to the court.
Before that, I was thinking, is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious?
It is a court of law.
That's no way to get the crowd jumping, Air Judge.
They're not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom. What is with you prosecutors and just wanting to ruin the courtroom?
Achtung, baby. Today we play it my way.
What's that noise?
Sometimes you have to get up in order to get down to prosecuting.
This is crazy.
The victim, Pal Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. The scene, People Park, he was found pulling a noodle stand.
What in the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand?
Yes, I believe you will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim.
What do you mean, undeniable?
If you are to glare at anyone, Air Justice, glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed, quite clearly, you see.
Does that mean Gavin was supposed to sound like a German dude? Because I didn't know that. I made him sound like a British. Very well. Please admit this witness to the court. Oh my fucking god.
9! Not yet. First, there is a little matter that need to be cleaned up. Could you talk without the accompaniment? I swear I could see the guitar for a second.
What is it, Prosecutor Gavin?
The motive, Air Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of Maractus Clinic? Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. Oh, but what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout to all my homies, I believe he said. What?
Oh, Walkie. What is right? What is right?
They always say that on stage you should hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you good, huh, Polly?
Well, this is highly unusual, but the court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime. So, you, son, are the defendant, Walkie, are you?
I ain't your son, old man! You step to Kataki, you best be prepared to step strong. You step to a public official, you'd best be prepared to step in jail. You got to hand it to him. Walkie sure you've got to hand it to him. Walkie sure has guts.
It's not his guts that I'm worried about. Well then, the courts will now hear the testimony of the defendant's motive from the defendant himself. Walkie Kataki's truth, quote-unquote.
I tell you one thing, the doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what was what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up on my ops something bad, and then he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying?
You're saying you were one of the victim's patients?
A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the street, true that. I'll tell you one thing, that doc was a whack!
Very well, the defense may begin the cross-examination. I can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all this. And it is time for a day walkthrough, because I don't know anything about this part. Tell you one thing, that doctor was a quack. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He must have put my out something bad. Blip! So you were a patient at the Maractus Clinic half a year? For what reason? Would you might call a mark of honor? Can you explain precisely what was wrong? We had a little run-in with the Rivales family. That's when I pulled a jack move. It ran into an ambush. G busted a cap right in me. Oh, Jesus, he got shot. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting, and ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time by yourself. Hey, I was more than a match for those guys. So you were carried to the Maractus Clinic from there. Apparently, he was shot in the heart. Shot in the heart and he's still alive? Even that surprises me. I can catch bullets between my teeth, but I never learned how to catch them with my heart. The bullet stopped just short of my thumper, you know what I'm saying? I would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet! So, as you say, this surgery was a failure. That ain't all of it, Holmes. And he just lets me go without a word. So I gotta go again, get another doc to patch me up again. Why is that? So, this bullet is still... You know it! I can still feel it! Right here in my chest, pressing up against my heart. Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit signals. Well, that sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice. Word, J-Man! Weren't no accident, that's for shizzle. Whoa, 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 whoa. Too far, too far, too far, too far. Too far. That's why I went to his pad that night, know what I'm saying? Ugh. This sounds bad right from the get-go. Well, there won't be any get-go if we get some more information. Right, first, gather the facts. Time enough for despair later. I tell you one thing, that doctor was a quack. What? Get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No, he's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying? No, I don't. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, wait. I understand now. What do you mean, he just let you go without a word? What do you think it means? It's a whack! It's whack, that's what! I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad. It sounds as though a doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go. He's a liar. Straight up, he's a badder G than me. It seems that there were issues with this doctor. Man, putting him down was like doing the world a favor. Wacky, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Shut up, Apollo. Back straight. But why did this mistake only come to light that day? It was found during the family health checkup. The family health checkup? That was the wackest thing of all. All us G's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, boy. A relief to hear. Eh? What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. What? Yes, and Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life.
No way. That's whacked.
There is proof. Your checkup report. How ironic that you would kill the one man capable of helping you. You're almost as careless as he was. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started. Started? We've had enough of a warm-up backyard. Time to hear from the witness. Walkie sure seems quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Gavin's strategy? Who the fuck is you? So, you will tell us your name and occupation.
Yes. My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it Prophet Society. Oh no, it's another fucking Wendy old bag. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to the notion of occupation, and once we have accepted this reality, we see that our confusion is not just thoughts per se, but derives instead from the vagueness inherent in all representations of thought. By which he means to say that he is a student. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, hoping my...
Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today.
Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. You ask quite simplistically, what I saw, understand the Homo sapiens with 2 eyes, things designed... signals to... A night in the park. That night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling the stand, another facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Was there anyone else in the park at that time? I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not.
The pistol our witness refers to is this.
The court accepts this into evidence.
Alright. I should probably take a look at the court record just to be safe. So, Maractus's autopsy report. Wait. Right temple. Wrong. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, why are you staring like that at the witness? That man. I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, he's the thief. He's the panty thief. You fucking weirdo. One man pulling a stand, another facing him. I saw him quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot. The bullet hit the man from the front square forehead. Absolutely fucking not! Whew. If that's all of it, I think I have a chance. Is that you? Relaxing, I see, Air Justice? Objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Right. Look at this.
The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report?
Right. A problem. Problem. Yes! The problem is the location of the entry wound.
The location?
You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not?
Ah, I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I mean not absolute. What do I mean by this? For example, the deflection of meter is the wavelength of the light exhibited by a krypton particle, as we all know. In addition, it is well-known fact that the krypton particles are indivisible to the naked eye, which points to a basic fallacy in your line of reasoning, namely that... Mr. Justice? Yes? What's your objection to these, krypton particle things? This is a big time, and you are obsessed with something so small? You disappoint me.
No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here.
Do tell.
Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was the right temple.
Temple?
Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? It is, right? Finally. Objection! Air Justice, oh Air Justice.
Yes?
Your tactics are outdated trying to shake the... Oh, you know what? If he does sound like that, I guess I shouldn't make him sound like a German, huh? I shouldn't make him sound like Hans and Franz. I shouldn't do that. Your tactics are outdated trying to shake the witness by objecting trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony.
Yuck.
Hey, hair forehead. Forehead? Let us imagine you walking in through the park. Uh-huh. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained to the other. What would you do, hair forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout stop. And you, Fräulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream eek. And you, Herr Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? Ah! If the victim turned his head at the last moment...
Ah, yes. Thank you for jogging my memory.
Sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required.
As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two! I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the crime scene. I see. So you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed, with composure.
Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired off if he hadn't shouted like that. That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature, and the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. If the killer were to have fired at just that moment, as we see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report.
That does seem to be the case. Witness the power of the Junior and Ivy University's Department of Science.
Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Okay.
As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two!
Wait. Hold on. Let me take a look at that pistol. Because it says to do that for some reason. Wait. 2 rounds were fired. Okay. Oops. Objection! Wait a second.
Tisk, another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own modern mode of discourse, you can't see how it affects you.
Come again?
Wait a second, you say? A second?
Are we intended to wait just that, a single second, 1/60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes 35 seconds, that Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. Am I to understand that you are objecting to the length of a second? Yes, I mean no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Ah, a common ploy made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints. Mother of God! Ah, the little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there. I'm not little. Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein? Eh? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? Oh shit, he's got us there, doesn't he, Apollo? Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Well, Mr. Justice, could the killer have been wearing gloves? Absolutely fucking not. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were white, which means some trace of prints remained. Which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, he wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol. And? What's your fucking point? That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, Airforehead, any of your precious objections? What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice training go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Walkie drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Walkie threw away. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong. Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended. While it is indeed that I seized the teacher and posted the blackboard, the appealing portion... What we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have anything to say about this? Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else. At least one person in the defense team seems to be thinking. I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of that something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the crime scene? His knife. Is that a sword? I saw one of those on the late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime with the defendant's prints on it. His prints? This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, Airforehead, you're forgetting two other things you've just proven. Huh? One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Walkie Kataki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh! Indeed. Never underestimate a Gavin is the lesson here. The court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear about what really occurred. With less assuming, please. It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him, assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light? Assuming, yes, that's what I said, assuming, as if that were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are assuming that my assumption is no better. What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired. Fine. From shot to call. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene.
Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else.
Why didn't you just have to trace the killer?
He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that.
Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also know that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not? Does it not, Mr. Justice? I better find a way to take this testimony down quick. There's a lot of talking in this game. Alright. Walkthrough time! The sound is once again making that staticky sound, which is not good. It could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Why not? Which way did the killer run?
By that time, it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction.
That would mean he ran in the opposite direction from the Kentucky mansion. That's tongue! Don't even think about pointing out that he went. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. How did he know that's where I was gonna go?
Nor could I simply leave the casino in good conscience.
You were certainly composed for someone who just witnessed a killing.
If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the lab room floor.
Oh, cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. Trissy looks like she has something to say.
Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police.
Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance?
It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite.
He actually looks like he's going to cry. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes?
I stored in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction.
Is that all?
No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say I saw nothing. It was late at night.
It's not odd to think that there would be a few people around in the park. So he just stood there, watching. Not much to go on there. Trissy, if you've got something to say, by all means, say it. I can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, Air Forehead? Maybe it's time to back off a bit. No. Ah, shit. Oh, let him play attorney until he's satisfied, I say. Wait a minute. Back to this month, Air Forehead. They don't have enough to put Walkie away yet, so I should back off. So should I back off for now? Yes. There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. It appears that there are no objections to the witness's current testimony. There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion. No. No! He looks like a monkey. Seems we've come to the end of the line here. No, that can't be all. How unfortunate. It seems that you were cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Were you, airforehead? I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Waki Kataki. Eek! What the fuck? Nobody move. What's the meaning of this? Who are you? Oh shit. There'll be no verdict in this court. Not yet. Wait, are you one of the Katakis? The Katakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. What? This court will not bow to the pressure of the likes of... Judge? I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Recess. 20 minutes, or I promise you, you'll regret it. Wait! How did he disappear so fast? Jesus fucking Christ! Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo. I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man. Now! Jesus! Holy shit! Apollo has a much worser life than Phoenix. June 16th, 11:17 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. Trucy! Trucy? You move quick, Apollo. Good show, good show. Good show, good show. Trucy, you're okay? I thought... Stop. Bell. Don't cry, Apollo. Those good-for-nothing gangsters. There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else... What the fuck? Ah! What the heck is that? Surprised? This is one of my best tricks. The amazing Mr. Hat. You look marvelous, darling. He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I am a big hit. Well, what do you think? Do you like it? You mean you... Trucy! There are some things you just don't do! I'm pressing charges! Apollo, now is not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here. Huh? Remember what you said to Waki's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But the testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. Trucy, no more staged abductions, please. I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident, I can perceive what he's feeling. It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got. You can see what he's feeling? Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times. All the times there was a contradiction? I remember. Well, I think I remember them, sure. There were 2 times when he made statements that he wasn't confident in, and each time there was a contradiction. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Ah, he reads a book. He reads his book whenever he's, like, unsure. He said the man tossed aside a pistol, but it turned out that he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction. Well, that's true, but how does that help us? Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. I'm reading my fucking book, you idiots. Did you see it? The very moment he said the word pistol, his fingers got all tense and he fiddled with the corner of a page in his book. How am I supposed to see that? Well, I could see it. How else do you think Daddy went to 7 years without losing a game of poker? But I always sat next to Daddy during big matches. Oh, I could see what his opponents were feeling. You mean that's how Mr. Wright won all those games? It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at the hands or anything. And I wasn't there all the time either. Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated that long. Great, so he cheated, but what does that do for us? I don't believe this.
You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth.
Watch a testimony. Perceive the truth? The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose. Not true.
Daddy said so. He said you have the power, Apollo.
Mr. Wright said that? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. Is she serious?
Time's up.
Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this, Apollo. Or was that she said before the trial started? Mr. Wright's not here today. He said his old foot injury was acting up. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there with Trucy. Is that what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict declare today. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice. Let's do it. Apollo, I'm starting to think I can do this. I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing. Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best as you can. I just flew in from the coast, and boy, are my arms tired. Right. Court is now back in session. Right, we're fine. I'd like to say it to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice.
Oh, you mean me?
Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Ah, right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that. You settled that? Yes, it was an out-of-court settlement, right. Perhaps Fräulein would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't. Am I right?
I think he's on to me.
I wish he would stop being so cool. Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gifted witness? Right. The defense would like to request another cross-examination because I forgot to ask something. There was no issue with the witness's previous testimony. I will grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time. Understood, Your Honor. Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book. Yes. It is time for you to witness. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the court. Until police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. I have to. I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all. Focus. If only it were that easy. My ears hear what he says, my eyes see his expression. Do I have to do something more? What other senses do I have? What's this? My bracelet. Bracelet? What do you mean, bracelet? What's going on? My bracelet feels different somehow. I think Daddy was right. You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony. I know this sounds crazy, but my bracelet is trying to tell me something. What is it, some sort of ancient little device? I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor can I simply stand. Ergo, I used my phone to call the police. So you called it immediately after witnessing the murder? The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with them? Wait, you mean his habit? Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book. The only time he even had the book open was here. Which means this is the place to look for his habit. I don't know how I know, but I know. Know what? It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness. Your bracelet? I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Trucy, but I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Okay, I just need to touch my bracelet as it reacts to the testimony. What's going on? I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly it's filling my mind. I can see nothing else here to do. Apollo? Trucy, what's happening to me? This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing. In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does. That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out.
Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch. His habit, you remember, right? Sure, when he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with a page of his book. You got it. Right now you're looking at the witness's face. And your eyes are sort of bugging out. I'll bet they are. First, move your focus of the attention down to Stickler's hand. His hand? You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place. She's right, I can only see his face like this. Time to try changing my viewpoint. Perfect! Now you're really ready. Ready for what? Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch. Perceive. Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. Then watch for his habit. Right, you mean when he fiddles with the page. That's right. That's your signal to look closer, to perceive. Find his weak spot, and I guarantee we'll be able to give him the royal flush. Spoken like a true pokerhead's daughter. I'm a magician, thank you very much. So I have to pay attention to his words and his fingers. Don't worry, if you miss it, you can always try again. Right, look out, nervous twitch. Here comes justice. Ergo, I used my cell phone. Here again. Ergo, I used my... Gotcha, bitch! I saw it. Just now, I can see it. Mr. Justice, do you have something to say?
All this banging of desks, it's quite bad for my circulation, you know.
Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone.
What are you talking about?
I'm curious about this cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What to ask? Ask to see his phone. Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone.
Why, whatever for?
Show me, and you'll find out.
Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see.
You don't have it?
Mr. Stickler, is this your cell phone?
Yeah, where did you get that?
That's the phone from yesterday. Look, a cell phone. Someone dropped it beneath his tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure. I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. How strange, Mr. Stickler.
Why? What's strange about that?
Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment?
Wait a minute. What is the meaning of this?
This cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage. The Maractus... Why, that's where the victim lived.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police?
Wah! It's true. I didn't have my cell phone that night. That is why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone.
A payphone? So you didn't call on your cell phone after all? Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler?
Well, to indicate it with a startlingly high degree of accuracy, it was right around here.
That's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie? There can only be one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone, because it was found in the victim's garage.
What are you saying?
Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clank garage on the night of the murder. This cell phone tells all.
But that's ridiculous. That makes it sound like I snuck into the fellow's garage to commit some crime. As though I were trying to kill him.
Well, Dr. Maractus was killed that night.
Well, yes, but no. This line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night.
Well, Mr. Justice, if the cell phone was dropped that night of the murder, it does raise considerable suspicions as to the connection with the crime. Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime. Oh, he's already connected enough. I just have to prove it. Well, do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job? Can I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder? I don't think I can, but let's see what the walkthrough says. It says I have evidence.
But what is it? Of course I have evidence. Oh, I like your swagger, Airforehead. Hit it. The court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say. The evidence that proves the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder is this. That's a side view mirror. As it so happens, Dr. Maractus' car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder.
An accident?
An accident? It happened a little after 9 p.m. just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Maractus' car hit a pedestrian.
What are you trying to say?
From the absence of a mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in that garage, then it would have been crushed. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. Ergo, Mr. Stickler, the only time you could have dropped this in the garage was after 9 p.m. in the night of the murder in the park. Mr. Stickler, you know what this means. You did break into the victim's garage that night. This is most unexpected, Mr. Justice. Are you naming the witness as a suspect in the murder of Pal Maractus?
No, stop! This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something!
I suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Stickler and Pal Maractus. You guys get Pal Maractus' name yet, by the way? That is, other than this. I believe our next testimony will be most revelatory. Is the witness prepared?
Yes, Your Honor.
I know that face. That's the face of guilt. I think after this first part, we'll call it a night.
That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on the way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene.
Yes, but your cell phone was lying in a garage.
Ah, yes, well, as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know.
Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please. That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony. His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around. Right, no problem. I hope here comes justice.
Yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone. When I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day.
Press! This part of the testimony is the key, I know it. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? Do you happen to remember the noodle stand?
Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said, noodle. Yes, that was it.
Nope. You fucking liar.
And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice?
What about that sign? Could it be important? Yeah, it's very important. So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle. It appears the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony.
Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wares of one of those days.
I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well.
Humph. Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to IVU's cafeteria! Some apply to the school merely for a taste of our smart noodles.
I wonder, I wouldn't mind a taste of that myself.
Why, I even remember the sign on the stand and the victim pulling it. It said noodle.
No. Are you absolutely sure the sign read noodle?
Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler. I'll give you that. It read, without a doubt, Noodle.
I see.
What? What are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes?
Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're saying that when you saw the sign, you were standing here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot.
You think so?
Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take a look at another look at the stand and to carefully read what the sign says. See, the sign actually states the name of the stand's owner, Eldoons.
Inconceivable! I'm certain it was definitely Noodle for sure, positive.
I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight. I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says the stand says noodles, and he saw it right, I think. I think he saw it right. Yep, he saw it right, gentlemen. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims?
What? Mr. Justice, show us this spot.
The witness actually viewed the stand from this location. Where is that location? Tell me. Examine under... Really? The witness was standing here, on the opposite side. How do you know that? When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads Eldoons, as we know. However, turn it around. Observe the other side of the stand. Oh, this sign says Noodle. Exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and the back signs. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south.
Yow! You got me.
So what? So what? What does it matter if you saw the killing from the north side or the south? It makes no difference at all.
He's right. Travel far enough to the south and you will end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning.
Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? It changes everything, Apollo. Trucy? Remember his testimony from before? Though, to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading. Oh, it's gotten weird again. The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then at the moment, the killer raises his weapon. Mr. Stickler shouts, at which point the victim turns his head to look, and the killer fires his pistol. Oh, if he was standing from the other side, he couldn't have hit the bullet in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. But if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario. Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. Completely. Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, then it's the left temple that's shot instead of the right one. Can you point where the murder is? The bullet would have hit his left temple. Ah! In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't have shot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible. That's right. So now that we know that Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the wound location takes on an entirely different meaning. Indeed, you are absolutely correct, Fraulein.
What meaning?
The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north. North. Ah! But that's where the witness Wesley Stickler was standing. Correct. So if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself.
Yow! Order!
Wow, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. She's flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out. Oh, damn. Clarify one point for me, if you would, Air Forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as the real killer.
No, please, look aside. I'm really a nice guy. All my friends say so.
Let's hear what the defense has to say. What are you going to do now, Justice? Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler? Accuse of another crime. I don't think Wesley Stickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why now!
The word confession isn't in my dictionary.
Forehead. I'm afraid that falls to you to elucidate Mr. Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now. For a crime other than murder, your reason. The court's all ears. Yeah, I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in something other than the crime? Your evidence? This court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. Yep. Let's go ahead and reveal his true crime! The evidence is this!
What is that? Women's underwear?
Hey, those are mine.
Don't look at me like that! Order!
Mr. Stickler. While I can't say this comes as a shock,
It's not what it seems, my Pythagoreans!
on the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Barely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the Maractus Clinic garage. Aha! Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you might not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree.
Please hear me out, it's not what it looks like! Order!
Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed. It's not what it
Seems...
So, are we to understand that you were silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments?
Perhaps you were not aware that my school's name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant, see?
Your point?
I'm not done. Now I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach, if not curiosity? Yes, we of the IVU science department are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge to science than a mystery?
Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here.
No, you do not understand. A mystery is unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. My friends, when it comes to mysteries, those panties are the promised land.
Somebody please clip that. Someone please clip that, please. Oh my god.
From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate for science. This whole thing is fucking wrong! A full-size car tire was only the first mystery as those panties revealed.
A tire?
Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But it's not all. First there was the tire, then a stew pot, and a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic.
Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar, huh? He's talking about my magic panties trick.
I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties. It mocks the very laws of physics.
A broom and a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to the doves and bunny rabbits?
Mr. Stickler, You stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick? You say panties, but they are much more. But they are so much more than that. For me, they are objects for serious study.
This whole thing is wrong. This whole thing is wrong. I wonder, there has been a recent rash of panty snatchings in the area. Were they all you?
I am sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spied a pair of panties, maybe this would be the pair that would indicate. Even the night as she chased me through the streets, I wept tears of joy. Perhaps this is the night that I will seize the truth that lies within those panties. Yes, what was I? But once again, the lacy fingers to it.
Still, that leaves one thing unexplained. Ah, you refer to our witness's other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but was in fact in the north.
Indeed.
Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that?
Please, don't do this to me.
Be my guest, Air Forehead. Me? Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why then did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea? Apollo, there's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler was standing, isn't there a...
Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Do you have evidence to show about why the witness lied?
Yeah, he had another pair. He had bloomers. The evidence that shows why he lied is this.
What? More panties?
How many panties are you carrying in your pocket, Air Forehead? These are the last, honest. These were found at a trash can at the park. Look at the diagram. We can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood.
Mr. Stickler, you didn't.
Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties.
So, these panties are your handiwork as well?
That night, I had been chased, hounded into the Maractus Click garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt?
Believe me, I'd rather not.
I hid in the garage for a short while, then abandoning the panties I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there on a clothesline by a giant mansion, a giant pair of panties.
Apparently, he didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob.
I had them safe in my pocket, ready to take home, when I stumbled upon a murder.
The murder of Dr. Maractus?
I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me?
That's when you disposed of the bloomers?
Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one that had to be borne.
A fascinating, if disturbing tale. Cue the woman coming in, going to kill him.
I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close, and I'm more than pleased to dismiss that witness for the remainder of the trial.
One last thing, if I might. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? Regardless of where we ended today, some vital points were made. Namely, that the defendant Waki Kataki was at the scene of the crime, and he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Waki Kataki had a clear motive.
Indeed, the defendant Waki Kataki is still the prime suspect in this case. The only suspect, in fact, assuming there was no one else on the scene of the crime. Yet a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both defense and prosecution.
Yeah, baby. No problem.
Very well. This brings the trial for the day to a close.
My nose is itchy. Fuck.
Court is adjourned. Court is adjourned.
To be continued. What the fuck is this game? What is this game? Alright, well, we'll do this. And then, what a train wreck that was. What a train wreck that was. I'm glad we made it out of that trial alive. Really, I had fun. And Walkie made it through the day, too. Everyone was too obsessed with panties to bother the real craze. But it was good publicity. Imagine the crowd at my show tonight. You should come, Polly. Yeah.
The amazing Mr. Hat will be making an appearance.
Hi, folks. I'll be here all week. That's about enough of him.
Hello? Ah, Miss Tiala. Thank you for today. The trial went well.
Oh, right. No problem.
Do you think Waki will be okay?
Well, he's not guilty yet.
Please, you have to help him. We're supposed to get married next month.
Oh, congratulations. Go, way to put the pressure on a guy.
Please, let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Anyways, that's gonna be it from me today, folks. But that was fun. That was honestly really fun. Interesting too, as well as weird, as well as what the fuck inducing. This game, no game has done that to me before. At least in terms of an investigation game. No investigation games have ever done that to me before. So, if you like this, go ahead and follow me. I'll be sure to do a few more. I'll be doing one Friday for sure. Leave a subscription if you like as well, but that's a rarity. Because I am still new to this whole streaming thing. And I will see you all on Friday at around 3 or 3:30. Okay? Okie doke. Goodbye!